Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Please, if you're just coming in, kindly fill the click the link and for your attendance. All right. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Again, good morning. I'm going to go off the video very soon. But yesterday we talked about what is expected from the school and what we are expecting from you. I believe you also received a data set or 2. I think you should have received 2 that I emailed to you, provided you're registered. So I used the email instead of sending it to about 20, 30 lots of people that registered but did not attend the class. Let's just focus on those that attended the class. And these are the people that I know that are serious or have decided to make their time available, for this new adventure. I tell you, it's a life-changing adventure. You've been having, so 1 or 2 people will be having a chat with you that have gone through the course. And you'll meet with them. You'll be able to ask them questions. Okay, the link is there. I sent the link. The link is there. The link is there. Okay. All right. Let me send the link again to everyone. Everyone, I believe I'm sending to everyone now. That's the link. That's the link. Just click it and register. Thank you. Good. All right. So we said a data analyst. We said a data analyst is a data analyst collects, organizes, studies data to provide business insight by applying tools like SQL, tools like Excel. Excel is also a tool. Tableau, ClickView, Antrax. I was studying about Antrax today, Google Analytics, etc. There are hundreds and thousands of tools out there. You don't have to know everything. Just understand the process, the framework, the methodology, how it works. You can always learn tools. It won't take you a day or 2 to learn tools. But understand framework, understand methodology, understand processes. Okay, why am I doing this? When am I doing this? What am I doing? And so on. Good. And what do I need to use? All right, and we also said a data analyst serves as a gatekeeper for an organization's data, so stakeholders can understand the data and use it to make strategic decisions. All right, and I've got some names here. I've got a young man by the name Dami Ojo. Today is an associate with a top company in Dubai. He was actually employed from UK, and after marriage, himself and the wife, and they just went to Dubai. They were flew there, given accommodation and all that, all on data. Why? Because he was able to solve a problem. He was not British citizen. The guy just came from Nigeria. You can look him up on LinkedIn, Dami Lola Ojo, right? Send him a message and say, Charles Iduh said this, tell us your story, and he will tell you. His phone was ringing back. The truth of the matter is that lots of organizations want skillful people to solve their data problems. So if you have the right skills, it doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter what you have or what you don't have, whether you have the right to work or you don't have the right. As long as you can solve the problem, they will sort you out. I think we'll be speaking to Chidioke today. We're having a chat with us. We also have Jumi, young lady that has not worked for over 10 years, came on the course and bam, got a job working with the NHS now. We also have pharmacists, we have a stylist, accountants, entrepreneur. We have people that had wealth of experience in project management, business analysis, and they realized that without data, their job is at risk. That without data, their job is at risk. And they came on the course. They're doing well. Was it last week? A chartered accountant. He was chartered in Nigeria, chartered in UK. He had his ICANN, had ACCA here, There is another one that Oxford gives to them. You know, it got everything, experience and all that, but realized that without the knowledge of data, his job is at stake, despite the whole qualifications and chartered that he belongs to. He came on the course, and when he completed it, had a chat. He was privileged to have a chat with the CEO of a company in the UK here, called me and said, I never realized how much this you guys have empowered me. He said, you need to see how the CEO really appreciated me because I can solve data problem and also have accounting background. He said the CEO said the issue they've been having is that the IT company has been giving them KPIs, you know, that does not tally with what they have as accountant. Now he has an accounting background. He now has data training. You'll be able to say, please apply for this job. You know what that means, okay? So I'm waiting for a success story, and it just finished last Saturday. So the opportunity is there. The opportunity is there. I won't tell you that maybe it's a walk in a park. It is not a walk in a park, all right? It is not a walk in a park. It requires hard work, okay? It requires you investing your time and your money, a minimum of 1 hour a day, just to go over your work. You must do that if you want to succeed. I won't lie to you, tell you the truth. You need to spend time to watch the videos, to do your assignment. Someone called me this morning because we have 1 or 2 businesses that we are working with, and hopefully you'll be having your work placement with them. I'm talking about real business now. That's where we're working towards to, you know. And the guy said, how will a student know if they pass or if they fail? And I laughed. And I said, every student that passes through CY Consultancy, if you pass, you will know. And if you fail, you will know. You yourself, you will tell yourself, I failed, you know. You just knew because you have worked. Did you work with your team? Good. Did you produce your report? If you do all that, you know you've passed. If you've not, then you know that you've not actually done anything. Let's move on. All right, responsibilities of a data analyst. And for those that are just coming in, please, the link is there. Fill in the link because that's what we'll be using to communicate with you henceforth. The responsibilities, as I said yesterday, obtaining the data, good. Filtering, cleansing, monitoring and auditing the data. Spot trends, generate easy to understand report, easy to understand reports. You know, data can look so complicated. Like, what is this? Numbers, text, figures, diagram, and all that. What is this? But you, as a data analyst, you have to generate a report that is easily understood by both technical and non-technical stakeholders. Develop and improve the processes. In other words, you stand in the position to suggest, why can't we improve things this way? Why can't we work this way? Why can't we implement this to improve the data quality? Please note that word, data quality. To improve the data quality or to improve the data culture of the organization, all right? Also collaborate and coordinate with people. You are that one person that will have relationship with virtually everyone in the office. Although depending on the size of the office, everybody needs you because you are holding in your hand what they need. All right, you are holding, everybody want to talk to you. The HR want to talk to you. The sales department wants to talk to you. The customer relation wants to talk to you. The finance want to talk to you. Even the IT, everybody. You are a chief when you get a job. You are a chief. Although depending on the size of the company, collaborate and coordinate with people. So one of the skills that you must develop is interpersonal skills. You must develop a good interpersonal skills, a good communication skills, the ability to communicate effectively. All these you will learn during this training. We call them soft skills, all right? Identify the business needs and priorities. In other words, when you look at the data, even though they've given you business requirements, you've done all that, you're able to look at it and say, I think the business needs this and this. Yeah, I think the business needs this and this. All right, good. Yep, all right, good, thank you. Okay, sorry, someone just sent me a message here. All right, let's move. Please, if you have any question while I'm talking, while I'm teaching, please type it on the chat box and I will respond to you either during the training or after the session. Please just type in. I will see it when you type it in. You won't be able to talk. Everyone is muted. That's the standard here. Everyone is muted so that we don't get interference and distraction from background, so that everyone can focus and listen. Okay, and listen. All right, good. What is analytics? What is analytics? Good. What is analytics? Analytics is a scientific process. Please watch that word. It is scientific. It is not mental. It is not something you wish. It is not common sense. It is scientific. In other words, it's been proven, it's been tested, okay? And it has result. It's a scientific process used to examine the raw data to draw meaningful and logical conclusion. It is a scientific process, okay? That is why data analysis, we have what we call data analysis framework. We are going to get there. I'm going to show it to us, data analysis framework. Although that is where we'll be starting from next week. If you sign up for the full course, you know, we drill deep into data analysis life cycle, okay? So it's a scientific process. So there is a process, okay, when we're talking about analytics. And I'll be talking to you later about the different types of analytics. You don't need to cram the definition, but you just need to know that analytics is a scientific process, okay? It's a scientific process, and it's used to examine, you know, raw data to draw meaningful and logical conclusion. Okay, let's move on to that. And types of analytics. I love talking about types of analytics, because irrespective of the industry you've worked or you have not worked, okay, you can always fit in and transfer the skills. All right, transfer the skills. Now, types of analytics, there are 4 types of analytics. One, there is that which we call descriptive analytics. And I know some of you would have heard about descriptive analytics. I'm sure some of you have been doing research even before you came on the course. What is descriptive analytics? This is an analysis, all right, to draw insight of what has happened in the business, okay? From the data, you're able to tell the business what has happened, okay? What has happened? So take, for example, even though it sounds like big grammar, what is our total sales? That is a descriptive analysis. Our total sales is XYZ, you know. We made 5.6 million last month. That is descriptive, okay? How many customers did we have in so and so region? Maybe we're talking about a region outside or continent. That is descriptive, telling the business what has happened. And it's a sign, you just type in what you need to type. If you need to use your pivot, use your pivot. If you need to use a SQL to write your query, you write your select star. That I'm hoping I'll be able to do for us today. You know, I want to show you a bit of SQL as well before the end of the class, but we need to move very quickly. Okay, so that is descriptive analytics, telling the business what has happened. Okay, now diagnostic analytics, determines why it did happen. Why did it happen? Why did we make 5 million in London, all right, and 10 million in Manchester? Why? Okay, you are able to tell from the data the why. You drill down. Okay, that's, you know, when you say you diagnose something, diagnosis, okay, you can do that in data as well. All right, with just 1 or 2 clicks of the button, you are able to give a diagnostic analysis of the data to tell why it has happened. Then we also have predictive analytics. Okay, predictive analytics depicts what could happen. Okay, that's when we talk about future trend. When we talk about predicting the future, forecasting, right? And the tools we have these days does not require you writing any code to do that. Does not require you to do any complicated thing. It's just a click of a button. In other words, this was how we did the last 2 years. Okay, that's what we call time series. We'll get to all that. You know, this was how we did the last 2 years. Then the system can tell you what you will make, how you will do in the next 2 years. All right, predictive. Okay, then also prescriptive analytics sometimes are written, you know. That's when you prescribe, you know, when you go to your doctor and they prescribe medication to you, you know, prescriptive analytics. Let me just say this. If you just communicate, kindly click the link and just register your presence. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, prescriptive analytics. So when you're creating your report, at the back of your mind as a data analyst, ensure that you are showing the business these 4 analytics: descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, prescriptive. Okay, ensure, have it at the back of your mind. It is very, very essential. All right, areas of analytics: we have the industry focused analytics, we have the financial analytics, we have the performance analytics, we have the customer analytics, we have the risk analytics. In other words, you can fit in, all right, no matter what you have studied, whether you studied law, you studied engineering, you studied business, you can always fit in. And the skills are transferable. Okay, the skills are what? They are transferable. All these industries and much more, we can name the whole, they need a data analyst to help them with their data. Yeah, I look at it that the predictive and prescriptive are the same. They are not the same. You see, when we, another word for prescriptive, you get it, you know, is recommendation. Are you with me? You recommend. When you say, what do you think I should do? Okay. What do you think we should do to improve the sales? We made 5 million in London. We are there. You mean the center of business of the whole world made 5 million. And in Manchester, you made 10 million. What can we do? So you prescribe after a lot of consultation with your data. But when it comes to predictive, you get it, you are forecasting. Okay, so they are in a way, they are different. Okay, you are forecasting. This is what we are going to make. In other words, you've looked at the trends of the data. You've looked at the pattern. Okay, so take, for example, 2 years ago, you made 2 million. Then last year, you made 5 million. This year, you made 10 million. Then you're looking at it that next year, we should be between the 5 and the 7 million. That is forecasting. Okay, I'm not saying, I don't have any data with me. Okay, but I'm just trying to answer the question because somebody asked a question that it looks as if predictive and prescriptive are the same. They are not the same. Okay, good. So we have all these analytics, risks, you know, there are businesses, there are loads of jobs out there, you know, performance analytics to tell how the business is performing, you know, performance management, performance analysis, you know, having a benchmark, you know, comparing what our target to what we actually met, our prediction to our target, you know, you just want to know improving customer relationship, etc., and all that. So these are areas of analytics and much more. These are just a few, much more. The financial sector, the insurance, etc., you know, a lot. And so coming into this industry is a good thing, especially now that the demand is more than the supply. So I congratulate you, you know, if you will continue with the training. Okay, let me see what's next. Then we've got data analytics life cycle. I don't know if anybody has a question before we continue. Data analytics life cycle. If it is possible, you can do a screenshot. You can do a screenshot. I'll just give us an overview of this. Next week, we'll be drilling deeper into data analytics life cycle. Any question from what I've said from the analytics, apart from the one that was asked? Okay, just mindful of our time. Okay. If there's no question, then okay, there's a question. All right, good, thank you. Okay, I can't see any link below. There is a link. Okay, let me send it again. Maybe if you scroll up, you'll see the link on the chat box, or maybe you just dial in. Okay, I get you. So if you just dial in, you may not see the link. Okay, I get it. All right. I've sent it again. Please do click. And next week, if you want to continue, don't come in late next week. It will not really help you. Okay, data lifecycle. Now, data lifecycle is the framework that you follow to execute a project. Okay, and I like you to pay attention to this because it's going to help you in your interview. How? If they ask you, tell us a project that you have executed, you must follow this data lifecycle when you're talking. Yeah, and you must embed it into the STAR. I believe we all know the STAR framework. The STAR, S stands for the scenario, the T stands for the task, A stands for the action. That's where what you actually did, and the R stands for the result. Okay, you must embed data lifecycle into STAR when you're answering questions. One of the most difficult hurdle for you to overcome in this industry is the interview stage. You will have a minimum of 2 interviews, okay? Except the business knows you, they have done a research about you, and they just, or perhaps maybe at the first interview, you blew them out and they said there is no need for a second interview. But in most cases, you will have a 2-part interview, okay? If not 3, it may be 3, a telephone interview, a face-to-face competence and market sizing interview, then also a technical interview, all right? And why do businesses do this for data analysts? Because the data is the life of the company. The data is the life of the company. So they want to know, are you credible? Are you of a good character? Beside the skills, you get it, all right? They want to know, can we trust this person with our data, okay? We have employed a cyber security to man our data. But look at this guy, look at this lady, she'll be working from home. Okay, can we trust this person with our data? That is why the interview is very, very crucial. Not just necessarily about the skill. The skill is secondary. Protecting the data of the organization is primary to them. I hope this person will not be sharing our data, because you will have access, to personal data files and all that. So the business want to ensure, you get it, that you are a credible person. So it is, when you have an interview, you have to be at your best. Okay, the job itself is not as difficult as the interview stage. I must say that to you. All right. Data analytics life cycle, or the data life cycle, or the framework, which I mentioned a bit yesterday. We start with the creation or the capture. Okay. In most cases, you will start with the capture. Hardly is there any business that will ask you to be creating data for them, except the business I just started. Sorry, excuse me. Except the business I just started. Most businesses, they've already started, they have their data at different sources, and they want you to capture the data. Now I want you to follow me very closely, okay? There's a twist here. There's a twist here, and I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose you, okay? So you capture the data using different tools from different sources. It could be IBM, it could be from the cloud, it could be from the premise and all that. It could be from a server, or it could be on a site, somewhere. You capture it, And most capturing is just like the same way you download. As anyone in this place downloaded an attachment with on your email, it is very similar. It's not complicated. Okay, capturing. All right. If we're looking at Python, that is in Python that you write a code, and the code you write is repeated. So once you know it, you've known it. But we're not doing Python now. You get it. If you are capturing using SSRS, or using manual integration, SSMS, they're just steps that you follow. And once you click, you're capturing. Although there are some skills that is required in the process. When we get to that stage, we'll let you know. But capturing data, okay, you must be able to mention that you capture data, okay? And you can also research deeper into how data is being captured, all right? Even though when we start our hands-on, you will have to capture data. You may even capture data from your, what's it called? Your WhatsApp. I may load a data on your WhatsApp and you capture it from there. How you're able to take it from there into the software you'll be using, right? You note it down, you captured data. Then sentences or aggregation or transforming or modeling the data. In other words, data cleansing, preparing the data fit to be stored. Can you see that storage? Okay, so that's where sentences is, or aggregating the data. Data aggregation is got to do with when we are dealing with operations, okay, like the sum, maximum, minimum, average. You get what I'm saying? All right, okay. Creating columns and all that. But still watch this, stay with me very closely. Aggregation, then storage. The storage there could be premise and it could be cloud. So when you follow that trend, you store the data in the data warehouse or in a server, depending on whatever location the business have asked you to store, okay? Now, this is the beauty of it. From creation or from capture to storage is not actually your business. Wow, what a relief. I love that too, but it's good for you to know a knowledge of what happened, all right? How data is being modeled into where you have the storage called the data warehouse. It's good for you to know that data are modeled into fact and dimensional. When we start the hands-on, you will get that. I know, and you have access to this video anyway. It's good for you to know. It's good for you to convince your interviewer. Please, you see, I'm emphasizing that I would have just spoken about this and more, but I'm emphasizing this because if you focus too much on the technical, right, and you miss out in this, you may not get a job. And that's the fact. You may not get a job. And I train you to get the job. That's it. Okay? If you want to pass an exam, there are one or two materials on the LMS that you can read to sit for exam and pass. I'm training you to get a job. Okay, so stay with me. All right. Now, where you come in is this yellow bit called the assess or analyze. The assess or analyze, that is where the data analyst comes in. That is where you come in. And the beauty about this is that in a small way, okay, you are going to repeat the whole of this circle. Creation, aggregation, sentences, storage in here, okay? Why? Because you see, the data that has been captured here is the data of the whole business by the IT or the data engineer or the data architect. That's what is being captured here. You don't need all the data, all right? So take, for example, you get a job with the NHS, okay? Now, the data that has been captured, you don't need all that. And the data has been processed, been transformed and is stored into the data warehouse. Now, what you now do is, as a data analyst, you capture the data that you need. So take, for example, we were talking about different analytics, and you want to work on financial analytics, okay? But in the data, warehouse, the industry data, the financial data, the performance, the risks, and all that is there. I'm just using that as an example. The customer, the HR, they are all in there. You don't need all that. So when it gets to this place from the data warehouse, whether premise, cloud, Azure, WAS, you capture your data that you need. All right, the bit you need, you capture it. Can you see you're also doing this? And when you capture it, you analyze it. I'm going to expand this for you to see. All right, okay, since I'm coming back to this, now this is where you come in. When you create your report, you share. That's it. You share or you publish, all right, in any way you've been asked to do that, or you store it. Or your report, okay? Where we have the archive of the purge is according to GDPR. You don't destroy data till after 7 years. So follow the law there, but you don't do that. The data engineer does that. Now, let me bring this yellow bit here and break it down for you. I'm mindful of time now. Okay, good. All right. All right. I've taken it out. I can't believe it. All right. Okay, good. Okay. Next week, I'm going to break this down more for you. That's the data life cycle for the data analyst now. This is this is like the old stuff. Okay, you don't need everything, but in here, this is included in a small bit that you'll be using to work, and I'm going to do that. Yeah, we will go deeper next week in that. And I just have one or two work that some of the students, have shown. And this was produced, I think after about 4 weeks. Yeah, this about 4 weeks, either 2 or 4 weeks. Yep. But one of the students also this was produced after 2 weeks. So after 2 weeks that you start, anytime from next week, you'll be able to produce a report like this. And these are interactive dashboard. All right. This was actually, I have to shade off the name of the person. This was one of the students that when she came in, she was like, Look, numbers frightens me. And look at today, she's working somewhere in London Bridge. Fantastic job, fantastic job. Okay, all right. And this was created after 2 weeks in the class. So I want you to see where you're going. Okay, it's good. All right. Boom. All right. Before we move on to that, okay, this is very easy. We can browse through this. You can take a screenshot, but don't take my picture. Just joking, it's all right. Okay, data analyst skills, the skills that you need as a data analyst. All right, the skills. So I want you to please, chill and look at this. One, you need attention to details. If you remember your girlfriend's birthday, then your attention to details is 100%. Or your wife, girlfriend, whichever one. Okay. But if you forget, then you need more attention to details. Are you with me? And when we talk about attention to details in data analysis, especially in the area of SQL, also in Excel, maybe when you're doing the VLOOKUP, a comma, a gap, could give you error reports or error outcome, or a null, So you have to give attention to details. So when we start the training, especially when I'm doing the 35 essential Excel formulas, you pay attention to each steps, each click. It is not a time, some of the people that didn't really, that had issues are those that the lecture is going on and they're doing something else. Okay, you get it. You cannot afford to be distracted for a second. Every click, every step, you get it, means a lot to your final outcome. When you're extracting data, these are clicks. If you miss a click, all right, your outcome would be error and you may be stuck there. I remember a young lady, she was with, she didn't sleep all night. She didn't sleep all night. As soon as it was around 7, said, this guy would have woken up by now. I said, even if you send me a message at 3, I will respond to you. Said, I did the stuff, it worked in class, but now it's not working. I created a Zoom link, looked at it. As soon as I saw it, I said, I can see your mistake. He said, what? I said, take off that comma there. As soon as she screamed. Attention to details. You must pay attention to business requirements. You must pay attention to business rules. Okay, you must pay attention to the methodology. Don't be overconfident. All right. Don't be in a hurry, but work smart, work very fast. In this industry, your manager needs that report now. Okay, as in now. That could be the case. All right. Perhaps maybe you're building a dashboard, you may be given more time. But in hardcore issues, they want the report now. Okay. And it's very good for you to ask, what is the deadline? When do you want this report by? It is very good, very good. Don't shoot yourself on the foot and say, hey, I finished and I kept quiet. All right. Always have a deadline. Okay. Also problem solving. We're going to do an exercise to just check your problem solving skills and your critical thinking skills, also your analytical skills. All right. Remember, you are a data analyst. You are not an English teacher. Okay. This is not economics. It is not biology. It is data. So in other words, when you're solving problems, there must be a data, an estimate. All right. An estimate. Creative thinking, analytical skills, all right, to analyze whether analytical skills, also good industry knowledge. As a word, I just keep my brain there and analytical there. Okay, effective communication skills, I mentioned that, and also excellent technical skills. And those, once you have attention to details, your technical skills will be on point. Okay, Once you have attention to details, your technical skills will be on point. I will repeat that again. When you have attention to details, your technical skills will be on point. There is nothing you cannot learn. I mean it. There is nothing. There is nothing you can't learn in data analytics. It is not complicated, but you must give attention to details. All right. Okay. For this session, for us to have a break, during the break, I'm going to ask 3 students to have a chat with us, but I want to want to go practical now. Okay, I want to go practical, and I want to look at your problem-solving skills, your critical thinking skills, and your analytical skills. So at this point, now, this is what we call market sizing questions, okay? Market sizing questions. I want you to think as an analyst, all right? You're on this course, you were here yesterday, you're here today, all right? And I know you'll be here next week. You want to start thinking as a data analyst, all right? I want to see your attention to details, problem solving, critical thinking, analytical skills, okay? Also your effective communications. They're all wrapped up in this exercise. We call it market sizing questions. Anyone that wants to work in a consulting firm, you must develop the skills when it comes to market sizing question. Now, the first question here, which I'm going to give you 2 minutes to think of, and I'm going to give you a guide on how to answer is, how many fridges are there in India? How many fridges are there in India? I'm going to give you 2 minutes, all right, to think of it, and at the end, all right, I want an estimate. There is no exact answer. Okay, there is no exact answer. I want an estimate. Is it 50 fridges in India? Is it 1 million fridges in India? At the end of your analysis, okay? And I'd like you to tell me how you arrived at your outcome, okay? How you arrived at your final answer. Just give an estimate. So at this point, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to think about it, and I'd like to hear from at least 6 people. So once you have your answer, okay, just put it on the chat box. All right, put it on the chat box. Or should I? Okay, no, this is what I will do. If you have an answer, I will unmute you, okay, and you will talk. I will unmute you. I'll unmute you. And yeah, but if you want to type it into the chat box, you are welcome. Your 2 minutes start now. How many fridges? Leave question 2 for now. How many fridges are there in India? Just give an estimate. Okay. I have okay. I'm going to take down names. Then I'm going to call you. I think I first have Maria, then Iduh. Forgive me if I didn't pronounce your name well. So the first person I'll be calling is Maria, then Iduh. Please, Maria, when you give us, don't give us on 1 million plus. Just give us, if it's 1 million, so 1 million. If it's 1.2, so 1.2, and just talk us through. All right. So while I unmute Maria to to tell us, then I want you to start the rest to be working on it. Let me look for Maria. Let me see. Trying to unmute Maria now. Okay. Maria, can you try and unmute yourself? Let me see.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Please go for it. 1 minute. Yeah.
I just guess that each household would have at least one fridge. Some households would have about 2. So I'm just guessing. I don't know what the population is.
You should, as an analyst, you should have an estimate, ma'am.
I don't understand the question. That's how much I understand the question. Like each household should have a fridge.
Yes, we need an estimate. Okay, somebody's giving you a rejo there now. Okay.
Okay.
I think, go on. Yes.
So I would say 1 million. 1 million.
1 million. You just have 1 million fridges. Okay.
1 million fridges.
All right. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Can I call on NNE? After that, I'm going to call Mr. Austin. Yeah. If you mute yourself, NNE.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce your name, sir?
Well, that is my name is Chukwudi. It's just that the name that appeared here is
okay.
Yeah, but my name is Chukwudi.
Forgive me. Okay. Okay.
No, you're fine. You're okay. It's just that I didn't change the name. Yeah,
right.
But suppose my name is Chukwudi.
Okay, please go for it. Go for it.
At the population of India is about 1.36 billion.
Okay.
As at 2019.
Okay.
Yeah. So going by that, knowing that the population of this country is this much, I think the number of people in that country that may need fridge might be, say, maybe 600 persons, and that we have to consider about 600,000 persons.
Okay.
Then we need to consider number of people that can afford the fridge. Number of people that can afford the fridge. Yes, it's a determinant factor. And also how many persons have the need for the fridge. Number of people that can afford it, and how many that will have need for fridge. Because this will also depend on where they live, either in the city or outside the city. Okay. Do they really need the fridge if they're outside the city? And if in the city too, did they also have need for the fridge?
Yeah. So what's your, I want estimate as you go along, sir.
Okay. So on that note, I would say that the number of fridges in India can be 500 million.
Half a what?
500 million.
500 million. What's 500 million?
Sorry?
What's 500 million?
That is 500,000.
500,000.
Yeah.
500 million. That's 500 million.
So that is their population is 1.36 billion. Yeah. So that it should be half a million.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chukwudi. Thank you, sir. I don't take too much of your time. You see, now, if I call Mr. Austin, all right, if I call Mr. Austin, remember, look, I want to give you a job. Okay. I want to give you a job, but I need to assess your problem-solving skills. So the way you answer me, you need to ask if you're actually solving my problem. Am I convinced? You get it, that you're solving my problem? I don't know. You get where I'm coming from? You know, I want to see your critical thinking skills. All right. I want to see how you communicate. And I'm talking about a job of £300 a day. I want you to estimate that. Look at it. £300 a day is not a small money. Okay. Even if it is 250 a day, not small money. All right. Okay. So because I'm still going to get, I need at least two more people. Yes, Mr. Austin.
Yeah. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak.
Yes.
Yeah. India, as we know, has got a population of over 1.3 billion people.
Okay.
The second most populous nation in the world. And then we know India to be one of these BRIC countries, which is a country that is developing fast. And from the look of things and what data has, India as a country has got a growing middle class. Okay. And then we have loads of people living in urban centers. So based on that population, we can assume that about 500 million people will own a refrigerator, especially those living in bigger cities, because they need to actually do a lot of storage of things, you understand? And India as a country, we also know, has a population of about 300 million, which is in abject poverty. So as such, those people may not be able to afford fridges. So on this note, one can assume and conclude that at least 500 million or above will own a fridge in India.
Okay.
That's my take.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Over 500 million. We also have over 1.3 million. Okay, good. I need two more people. I need two more people. Two more people. Try something. Look at it. You want to be a data analyst. You have to say something. Look at the question and try and drill it down. Yeah. I need at least one more person. Even if you're typing, yeah, who is going to have a go? How many fridges are there in India? We can see one or two breakdowns already. How many fridges are there in India? I need one more person. I can see Mr. Oye, I can see a tester, I can see Yemi, I can see Lily. How many fridges are there in India? You have to start thinking as a data analyst. Okay. All right, let's do this way. Okay. I'm going to give you a kind of a guide. All right. So with that, I was looking to skip question 2 so that we can have an early break. But I'm going to give you a guide. So after the guide, all right, after the guide, then we'll look at question 2. Okay. Now, one of the things you need to start with when you have a question like this is to start with the population. All right. You need to start with a population. And it is good for you to round it up. Don't use 1.3, don't use 1.2 or 1.1, just 1 billion. Okay, use a figure that you can mentally work with, okay? Or you can use 1.5 or just use 2 billion. There is no exact answer, okay? You know that if the population is 1.3 and you round it to 1 billion, you're still fine. You get what I'm saying, okay? And if it is 1.5, you round it to 1.5, you're still okay. So that 1.3, you can still round it to 1 billion. Is somebody still raising their hand? I think somebody raised their hand. Okay, I'll come to you. All right. Now from there, you want to look at how many households are there in India, because not individual that is going to have a fridge in India. You get what I'm saying? So how many households? What is an average household? You estimate the figure. Okay. So if we have maybe 4 or 5 average in a household, so that's going to be 1 billion divided by 5 or divided by 4, whatever you get, maybe around 200 million or 250 million there. So we're looking at 250 million fridge. Then are those the only people that have fridge? Are those the people? Then what about other businesses? Are you with me? There are other businesses that also uses fridges in India. So we can estimate maybe there's a business that has 1 or 2, an average of 2 fridges businesses, okay, and how many people worked in that per business, all right? By the time you come up with an estimate of maybe 50 million, 100 million, there is no exact answer. This is the way you're thinking. This is the way the business wants you to think. You think, you're critical thinking, you're drilling down, okay? You don't want to think like an English teacher. You want to think like a data analyst. Are we together? Like a data analyst. You are putting figure to your suggestions, and you had those together. Let me give you what I did here. This is what I did here. All right. So an estimation of 1 billion. Okay, 4 per family. That is 250 million, as you can see. Then also 1 billion. We have one business per 20 people. It is an estimate. 50 million businesses. That comes to 50 million businesses. All right. 2 fridges per businesses. That brings 250 million fridges, 100 million fridges, and that brings it 350 million. That is, there is no exact answer, okay? There was an interview I did, market sizing. Guess the question I was asked. I was, we all know there's a line called Circle Line in London, yeah? It's one of the train line. And they asked me that at 10 a.m., how many people blinked at Circle Line? How many people blinked? Just blinked at 10 a.m. So I have to start drilling down. That 10 a.m. means from 9:59 to 10. There is a 50 seconds. How many people blink between that 50 seconds? Okay, that's 1. 2, how many people am I expected to see on Circle Line at 10 a.m.? Is it a peak time, non-peak time? Okay, then who are the people we have? We have some cleaners, we have some bikers and all that, you see? So you're thinking, they just want to see the way you think. All right. So I'm going to give us 1 minute to look at this, and I'm going to take 1 or 2 people. How many beds were sold in UK in 2019? How many beds? I'll give you 1 minute. I'm going to take 1 person or 2. Our time is up already. But let me see. From the way I've, describe how many fridges are there in India. Is there a way you can come up with how many beds were sold in UK in 2019? Remember, 2019 was pre-COVID. Okay, that means all things being equal, things were normal. Yeah, do we have anyone that wants to have a go before we go for break? Before we go for break, and I have 2 people or 3 people that want to have a chat with us, just to talk to us about the course. Anyone wants to have a go? How many beds were sold in UK in 2012? You are such a very, very quiet group.
Okay. Okay, can I say something?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Okay, I can say around about 1 million beds sold around that time. Okay. And I can give the breakdown to the fact that, okay, well, we have, let's say we have around about 500,000 students who are graduating every year, and they will be needing to actually move into properties. Okay. All right. And then these guys will be needing beds. So that will equate for like 500,000 beds. Then people who are also making changes, and the hospitals will also be needing beds. So that will also account for another 500 beds. So that gives it 1 million beds. Which I think
I know you're in a hurry to answer that.
will be needed with a population of population of 66 million.
Yeah. Okay. I like the fact that you're able to bring in, a sector of people, those graduating. Since I've been looking at this question, I've not even thought about that, which is fantastic. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, I have 1 billion. I have somebody say 1 billion. You want to tell us how you got to 1 billion, Matt? How you go?
The population, because bearing in mind here, everyone needs a bed. Okay. So it's an individual count. So bearing in mind, in 2019, the population was at 66.65. So I just thought everyone needing a bed in each household.
Sorry, do you say 1 billion or 1 million?
1 billion.
Billion.
No.
Okay. I'm happy to hear that. Please go ahead.
Yes, because if you want to say the number of population is around 66 million, and you double that, giving into account that there would be some homeless people that might not be sleeping in beds.
But are they not part of the population?
They are part of the population, because if you double that, that's like 1.2 or 1.3 billion. So that's why I'm saying billion.
Billion, okay.
Yeah. So that's why I'm thinking 1 billion, because every individual needs a bed. If you have a household of 4 people, you have 4 beds.
Yeah.
That's just my thoughts.
Okay. I like that. I was just still trying to resolve that. Do they buy bed every year?
No.
Okay. So, all right. Do you want to factor that in to that? Maybe some people have had beds before that, because we're looking at 2019, not in UK, just in UK in 2019. If the question I said, how many beds were sold in UK, I may consider. Well, how many beds were sold in UK in 2019? You want to factor that in? I want you to start thinking, I want you to start thinking like an analyst. Okay. Yeah. So is there a way we can factor that in?
Even if we assume some people like to change, even not the bed, the mattress, is that part of
the bed? All right. Don't let me drill you too much. Okay. But you see, these some of the things we're doing. This is the way you'll be thinking when you're working with data, even though you don't have a data here with you. But by the time you're giving your prescriptive analysis, you're giving your predictive analysis, these are the kind of thoughts behind your mind, thinking outside the box. Your head of operation comes to you and said that, hey, Charles, we want to launch a new feature on our app. Do you think it will be good or not? Then you start thinking. You may not even have all the data. Critical thinking, problem solving thinking, looking at your data and outside. I know some of you've gone online for you to be saying 1.3 billion, 1.3 billion, 66 point, you've gone on Google. You're free to do that. All right. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. I just want to call 1 or 2 people, sit back. I've got 3 students, I didn't call any of the lecturers, but to just have a chat with us. Okay, I don't know if Madam Yetunde is online. If she's online, is she online? She's going to have a chat with us.
Yes, I'm online, sir.
Oh, thank you. Wow. She was one of the lead data analysts that led one of the group, and the group did very well. Okay, please, can you tell us your experience, please? Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, my name is Yetunde Baratimi. So let me talk about myself first. I'm a chartered banker, and I'm practicing as an accountant at the moment. So I was just like you 8 weeks ago. So I got the link from a WhatsApp group chat I was in. So that I'm still in anyway. So I joined the tester, just like you are doing today. So during the tester, I was like, okay, I think I like this. What I'm hearing, what I'm seeing, I think I'm interested in this. I want to know about data. And if you like data, you will enjoy this course. So if you like to know more about, okay, how do you analyze things? If you like analysis, you will enjoy this course. So I know what you're all thinking now. Oh, how is it? No, I'm telling you, just my advice is just for you to focus, enjoy it. You will like it. So then I have learned a lot. I can actually testify. As in when I started doing this course, I realized like something at my place of work, I used to do something like do a data analysis concerning the payroll part of it. It used to take me like 2 to 3 hours. But during this course, and I realized there's a way I could have done that. Just took me 30 minutes. So that was like one of the takeaways. That was like, okay, wow, that means this is, so you cannot, there's no knowledge lost there. You get something.
Yeah.
So, and I know you want to continue it. You want to register for it. You are not making any mistake if you are here today trying to think, should I go ahead or should I not? I'm telling you, you will say thank you. I didn't change my mind. So then my advice would be that do not miss any class during this. I pray you will register. So just try not to miss any class. And in case you need to miss any class, try to make sure you catch up before the next class. So, and also when you are being grouped in different editorial group, try to be active in it. And Mr. Charles is very accessible. He's ready to help. It's very helpful. If you have any, don't shy away of asking. If we can't all know all things. Try to ask questions. Don't be shy. I had it when I started to doing the test. I realized I didn't understand what he was saying. I had to like, okay, I thought everybody was like, okay, everybody's let me not ask. I don't want to look stupid. Just let me just ask. And when I asked the question, I was like, I thought I was the only one that didn't know the answer. I realized before that we're all shy. Don't shy away from this. Ask question. If you don't ask, you don't know the answer. So we're all learning. We can't know everything. So my final advice to everybody is that as soon as you register for this course, try to practice. And I wish you all the best.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Mother today. Thank you. Please, if anybody have any question, you can type it in. I'll take it up for her, later. Thank you so much. All right, thank you. And she is a very, very likable person. She's going to be one of your support officer, in your group to support you. Okay, good. I also have, thank you so much.
Can I go, sir?
Yes, you can. Please.
Yes, thank you very much. Bye.
All right. Thank you. I also have a young lady, Madam Lara. Amen. Yeah, I can see her. Please, just a few words, encouragement, inspiration for the students, your experience on the course. Thank you.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lara. Yes, just like Yetunde said, because I was in the same group with Yetunde, we practically only just finished. And my advice on this will be to come in with an open mind. And I can tell you there's a lot to learn and a lot to gain. Come in with an open mind, even if you have never handled data, if you know nothing about it, just come in and open and know that there's a lot to gain. Plus the fact that I have sat under several tutelage of various courses. There are some of them that are training you, probably just preparing you for the interview. But in this case, I can tell you, you are going to have the full gist of everything. And which is the practical aspects of it, because it's very important for you to understand the reason why you're doing what you're doing. Some will train you just to cram and know, oh, this is how we do it. That's just it. But it's better for you to understand why you're doing what you're doing. And it will take you a long way. Because once you understand that, I've found that you can't forget, and then it's easier for you to practically put your hands into doing other stuff, if you get what I mean. So coming with an open mind, and with it, please have fun. Don't take things like it's all about too seriousness, studying and all that. Have fun with it. You will enjoy it. Before I started, knew nothing about SQL, knew nothing about Power BI. But since I joined the class, I've enjoyed SQL a lot. Couple of weeks prior to this, if someone had told me, oh, you're going to be writing a query and all of that, executing it, I would have been like, from what planet are you from? But yeah, have fun with it. My advice to you is just that, you know what? If someone can do it, why can't anybody? You can do it. we all can do it. So don't feel, oh, something too difficult for me. So yeah, guys, best of luck and have fun with it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Lara. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, have fun, guys. It's a fun time. Thank you so much. I have one more person that's going to talk to us before we just have a 5 minutes break. Then we're going to look at a data set, hopefully. Then we can look at one or two things in SQL before it is 1 o'clock. I have Mr. Chinwe. Mr. Chinwe was with, I think, you're the December set or so. Yes, please, over to you, sir. Yeah.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chinwe Ngadi. I joined the course in December last year, after a friend linked me up, to go for the teaser. So after that teaser, I was like, you know what, I think it's time to take a bold step. So I did the best decision of my life in 2019, in 2020 December, when I decided it was time to, to change, to a different career. For all you guys that are here, I think you've made best decision, because right now, data analysis is the in thing in the society. Everywhere you go through, you will encounter data, and having these skills is very, very important. Let me tell you a brief about mine. I joined the course in December. Then after 2 sections in the course, I saw an advert. I just applied for a public health data analyst. Just all I had was just 2 sections from Pastor Charles, and they called me for an interview. I went for an interview, and 2 days later, I got the job. Okay.
Wow.
So and Pastor Charles was there, so I now spoke to him. He was there to greet me, tell me what we did. Pastor Charles is the best person to lead you through this process, because he has the skills and experience to give you everything you need to excel in this course. I don't know how else to tell you. All you need to do is to have an open mind. Yeah, have an open mind. Learn everything that comes your way. If you're very good with numbers, you will excel in this course. Pastor Charles gave me all the skills and the tools I needed to excel, even in my present job now as a data analyst. All those tools, you will never believe it. I still refer to my notes, because a lot of the things he taught, I'm using them to implement what I'm doing in my present role as a data analyst. And you might be thinking, I would have been good in it. No, I changed my career from train operations into data analysis. So you can imagine the big change, and the skills I had to achieve that came when I attended this course with Pastor Charles. So I can advise you, have an open mind, learn everything in details, do not miss class. After every lecture, I would advise you to go through your lecture notes and the video again. Once you do that, you will grasp every information, because Pastor Charles explains everything in details. And you don't be afraid to ask him any questions. He's there, answer the questions in a very simple way. So just have an open mind. Always revise your notes after the course. Watch the video clip on the SharePoint. That will help you a lot. And I can tell you, the skies will be your limit. Yeah, that's all from me.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Does anybody have any question for Mr. Chiwe before he leaves? Any question before he leaves? Is a busy man now. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, for the pep talk. Thank you. I believe half a word is enough for the wise. So we're gonna go on a 5 minutes break. Just grab just gonna grab water. Thank you so much, sir. I know you're going somewhere, you can just go and join there. So everyone, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. So we're going to have a 5 minutes break, and we're going to be back by 12:20. By 12:20, just grab a cup of water wherever you are, or a cup of tea. And by 12:20, we're going to look at a data set, understanding data, and I'll try and open SQL for you, and see how far we can go before 1 o'clock. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And if you have any question for me personally, no problem. My present job is dealing with data with a charity. My role is a data quality officer, and I want to progress in data analysis. You're welcome on board, sir, ma'am, you're welcome. Data quality is a fantastic area as well, and data analysis, we're going to give you end-to-end. We even include the data quality in what we train. And I also like to have a one-to-one with you. Is your full name Oye? Is that okay? I know you inbox me. How can cost be transferable? It's the same line. You guys are the one that checked the quality of the data. And I believe you must be working in a large organization, because if your organization is not big enough, the data analyst will do the data quality. All right. And also depending on which industry that you work with, that you actually need a designated role for a data quality analyst. Okay. So when you ensure that the data is clean, the data analyst takes it up from there. Okay, because the data analyst does not change the data. The data analyst does not change the data. The data quality officer picks those errors and all that, and they send it to the IT. I don't think they give you the power to change it yourself. You send it to the IT or to the business for them to rectify it. It could be a cell that is corrupted. I worked on a project recently, and there was a particular column that was corrupted. The date was in standard form. And when you import it into SQL, it just gives you null. It gives you null, right? And we tried to use cast, to convert it. It will not. You get it? I consulted the best of the best in SQL. It will not. This column is corrupted. But eventually, we were able to, so that it's not hard for us. So the data quality picks that up, sends it off for that column to be. But in an organization where they didn't put that into consideration, the data analyst has to sort of, and I had to do it, converted the standard form into numbers, brought it in, then use cast to change it back to date. Yeah. Complex way. But if in an environment where the data quality officer is, you just fix it. This is what is happening here. Send it to them, and I'd like to have a chat with you. Yes, this course is very is in line. If you want to move on to be a data analyst, then we can always take you there. Yeah. Does that answer your question, sir? I would still like to have a one-to-one with you. Yeah. Thank you. All right, good. For those that did not sign the register, please sign the register. That is the link. Click the link and sign your name and so on. All right, I think we are almost time. Share, new share, where are you? Is it this one or this one? Okay. All right. Okay, let me do this. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, we've got a break. I'm going to skip this. Can you see data quality? Principles of data analysis. Can you see data quality, sir? So we cover data quality. We cover everything, We cover data quality, data transformation, aggregation, then presentation. All right, but I'm going to skip this. Let me see. Should I? No. Let me start here. All right. Is everybody back? Is everyone back? Everyone back? Let me have a yes on the chat box if you're back. Let me have a yes. Yes. I can see a thumbs up. Good. Do I have another thumbs up or yes? Yes. If you are back to class. Yes. Yes. Good. 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 Thank you. Can I have more yeses? More yeses to be sure you're all back. Good. Yeah, just put it there and say yes, 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 yes. Anyone else? I only have 2 people, 3 people. I need more people to be sure. We're about 11 of us or 10 of us on the line. Say yes, that we're back. Good, 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 good. Thank you. Thank you. All right, good. So let's continue because I want to bring up a data set and I want us to analyze it very quickly. And it's one of the skills that we'll need for next week. You will need it for next week because I'm going to send you another data set, that we Friday, 8 to 9, boom, I'm taking you all the way. You heard what Mr. Chinwe said. Mr. Chinwe, 2 weeks into the class, 2 weeks. And, the 3rd week, he applied for a job and he got it. So for some people that have been asking me, will I get a job? You will get a job, but you need to put in the work. You have to be proactive. You have to be what? Proactive. Yeah. And I'm so happy, it's one of our success story. I've not seen anyone that beat his record 2 weeks into the course. 2 weeks into the course, and he had no data experience before. And he got, so it is possible. You have had it, you've seen it. Other students have spoken likewise. Okay. Principles of data analysis. 1, understanding data. Data understanding is 50% of your work. If you don't understand the data set, you cannot do anything. Are you with me? If you don't understand the data set, and I believe Mr. Oye too will agree with me, you have to understand the data. For you to transform data, aggregate data, present data, you must understand the data. In understanding the data, you're going to pick the quality of the data. Are you with me? In understanding the data, what is this data talking about? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up a slide after which, the slide is to tell us how to understand data. All right. There are 2 types of data. We've got the single entity data. We've got the multi-entity data. So for the multi-entity data, we'll be doing that in 2 weeks' time. In 2 weeks' time, not this week. All right, because we'll be drilling into single entity data this week. Okay, so next week, upper week. Okay, all right. Introduction to single entity data. Now, this is data analysis. You have entered now. This is meant to be a paid one, but nevertheless, I'm a generous person, okay? Now, there are business rules to understand data, to understand a single entity data. And an example of a single entity data is this. Let me bring up one. This is an example of a single entity data, okay? Let me make it bigger. And that's, you will see that you will see that it's got just one tab, and that's the whole data that you have. That's it. So this is a single entity data, all right? Let me make this, okay. So this is a single entity data. It's just one page, all right? One page, you can see that, about 1,500 rows and M column, okay? All right, so this is an example of a single entity data. For a multi-entity data, you've got more tabs. You got more tabs, or perhaps they are different single files that all come together to be one. And I'll show you 1 or 2 things. Let me go back to my slide. Where is my PowerPoint slide? Is it this? No, where's my PowerPoint slide? Okay, there's it. All right, okay. So business rule 1 is that you reveal the attributes individually and collectively, okay? you review, please, just please pay attention, okay? You review the attributes individually and collectively. Now, what is an attribute? Let's go back to the data set, okay? These are attributes. The information in the cells in each column, they are attributes. So what that business rule is saying is that review this column, this column, this column individually. So I can see here, I've got a CPSC case number. So this column is talking about a case number. This is talking about treatment date. This is talking about hospital size, okay, small, large. And this is talking about age or ages. Sorry for my grammar. It should be ages, Charles. Come on. All right, good. So you're reviewing, and this is talking about the gender, the sex, the race. All right, so you review them individually, and you also bring them together to say, what is this about? Okay, what is this data set about? So I'm just telling you what an attribute is. We're still going to break it down, deeper. Okay, so review the attributes individually and collectively. And business rule 2 is that you look at the core of the data. Which of these columns sells out this data? Which of this column gives me a better insight, information about what this data is about? It is good for you to know that, all right? Don't ever be in a hurry, all right, to look for the core of the data. In most cases, I can tell you that 80% of time, the core of the data is always cell A. Sorry, it's always column A. In most cases, but not in all cases, okay? Not in all cases. The core of the data is always on, column A to tell you what this data is about. And there are times you have to look into 2, 3 others, to bring them together. Then very, very key, please watch this, right, is the time. When you're understanding, when you're looking at a data, the time is very crucial. I've not seen a data set that does not have time, except one that I saw in Nigeria. And a bank for that matter, I opened my mouth. I said, how can you have data you're using and there is no date? I said, what? So what's, how do you reference this, And I told that person, I said, we have to create a date table. You don't work on the data set without a date, So you look at the time, and I'll tell you what that means, and also location, which is optional, all right? So 3 things that you need to look at. You need to look at the core of the data, the time and location, if it is available, and also we look at the review the attributes. Okay, so I'm going to bring up this data again. Where is it now? I'm going to bring up this data. Okay, so we want to review this data. What is this data about? And wherever you are, I want us to look at, I believe I sent us this data, so you should have looked at it, or you can bring it up when I emailed it to you. So let's look at the first, and in just one sentence, okay? I would like you to write on the chat box what you think this data is about, okay? I'm not putting pressure on you, all right? Take your time to look at it. We'll talk about it ourselves. So, so this is talking about a case number, CPSC case number. This is about a treatment date, okay? And let's see what this date covers. All right, let me use this. So the date is between 2009 and 2014. Okay, remember we're talking about time. The time is the date. Okay, you understand that. Between 2009 and 2014. Okay, good. So let's move on. We have hospital size. Okay, we have small, very large. We have medium, etc. Okay, we have ages, and we can see that the ages is from 0 to 79. Okay, all right. So it covers all age group. You can see that. We can see the race. Okay, We can see listed, non-listed, and all that, okay? So this column is telling us about the age. This column is telling us about, now you see we are reviewing individually, all right? And when it comes to the time that we're able to marry any one or two columns together, yeah. So we have race targets, and this is how you'll be doing. This is how you'll be doing a work. You say you go through individual column. Diagnose name. Okay, let's look at the diagnosis name. We can see bones, tumor, contortions, abrasions, bones, tumor, likewise, continue, bones, tumors. We can see laceration, okay, and we can also see parts. You can see parts name, finger, and so on, lower leg, disposition name. Let's look at disposition name. They all have the same thing, treated and released, unexamined, okay, and accident location code. All right. So now that we've looked at it, I'm going to take it slowly again because I want you to write for me in one sentence, okay, what you think this data is about in one sentence. And as you write in your sentence, you'll be able to mention the core, what it's about, mention the date, okay, and also location if possible. Anybody wants to go for it? I give you a few minutes, okay, to go for it. I have one chart already. Fantastic. The spreadsheet is about bones treatment to patient. Yeah, please, I want you to include the time and if possible location. Okay, yeah, the time. So if you can include, I think when we looked at the time, we said the day treatment, I think we said from between 2009 and 2014. And that's, oh yeah, if you can please rewrite that, okay? You're very close. I'm not saying you're right or wrong, but I just want you to add time to what you've written. Please rewrite it. I really appreciate that. Good. Anyone else? What do you think this data set is about? If you want me to slide it to the left or right, I can quickly do that, so that you can see more. Yeah, yep. Mr. Oye, I want you to rewrite that, please. Yeah. Okay. Anyone else? What is this data set about? What is this data set about? What is it about? What do you think this data set is about? So we can see, and I'm going to give, yeah, this is about a patients of various ailments between 2009 and 2014. Is it various ailments? Is it various ailments in A? Is it various ailments? If you really look at it, if I were you, I would have picked something from Mr. Oye, okay, and it is not various ailments, you get, all right, okay. Yetunde, it's about patient treatments, yeah, the date, yeah, where it happened. You didn't tell me. I want you to tell me. Don't assume. If you want me to slide, please, I can slide. All right. I can slide. All right, good. And please don't direct it to me, okay? Put it on the chat. Let everybody see it. All right. Let everybody see it. That'll be good. Treatment to bones patients, okay, from 2019 to 2014, okay. Are we able to tell the location? We can see that bonds, okay, then we can see the time. Is it possible to know the location? I want you to critical thinking, problem solving. Is it possible for us to know the location? I'm going to slide through again. Is there any, remember, we are reviewing the attributes individually and collectively. I can see that column L is telling me something. Column L is telling me something, okay? Good. Don't be in a hurry, but work smartly. Yep. Is it possible to know the location? Then the bonds, is it possible to know the kind of bonds, Is is it possible to know the kind of bonds? Maybe the core of the data will let us know. Yeah, I want somebody to look at what CPSC means. CPSC, this is how you work as a data analyst, okay? What does CPSC means? Maybe it's going to help us to describe this data set better. CPSC. Anyone? You see, this is the way I like teaching this way. You get it. So we are taking a step by step, baby step. You can see from where you started that you're now going deeper and deeper now. All right, anyone? Let's have it. Let's have it. Let's describe this data. Then I'll give you one more. Then we'll go into SQL. Let's describe this data. Good. Yep. Treatment about patients treatment at the hospital. You don't even put you remember the time? You didn't put the time. Madam Yetuna, I'm going to give you a call. You need to put the time, you need to put location. Consumer Product Safety Commission. Good. So CPSC is Consumer Product Safety Commission. And where is that? Mr. Oye, where is that? Where is that? In the US. Good. So I can say, Mr. Goodman, treatment about burns patient from 2009, 2014 in the United States. I will give you 90%. All right. 90%, because there's just something that you almost did. I'll give you patient treatment and outcome in a surgical unit from 2009 to 2014 in various accident location in the United States. Very, very close. Now you guys are exciting me. Good. Now you guys are exciting me. But do you know that this bonds has got something? Let me take you to column L. I know you may not have column L. What this column L tells us? Look at it. What's column L saying? Look at column L. Column L is talking about fireworks. It's talking about fireworks. So I think these are bonds caused by what? By fireworks. All right. Which is what CPSC deals with, safety standard. All right. So you see, that's how you work. Okay. No one has the exact answer. I'm trying to remold your mind gradually. I'm not giving you exact answer and say, oh, that is it. No. Don't want you to cram. I don't teach cramming. I teach understanding. I try to modify your mind gradually, from the thinking from the norm or common sense to, thinking like an analyst. That when you open your mouth to speak, people will know that you have been trained. You get it? Yeah, thank you. Patient treatment and outcome. Yeah, good. So I'm going to give you one more data set, all right? This time I'm not going to give you any hints, and I want you to be able to crack it. All right, does it mean that this acronym is meant for us only? What acronym? Sorry. It's meant for US only. Yes, for US. It is a standard. If you check it online very well, you'll see that it's in the US. Let me see. Is it this one I'm bringing up? Okay, good. Let me make this understanding data. If you don't get this one, in fact, if you don't get this one, if you don't get this one right now, all right, okay. Let's see what we can do. I want you. I'm using this one because you can see everything at a go. Okay. All right. Let me scroll up. I think it's large enough. I'll give 1 minute to look at it. 1 minute to look at it. Yep. All right. So I want you to describe this data set in one sentence. In one sentence. when you're ready, let me try and say, remember, date, location is very key. If the location is possible, if location is not possible, that's fine. But date is very key. It's very key, and the core of the data is very key. So let me go and do this and see if I can help someone with the date. Help with the date. So we can see that it's in 2012, January to December 2012. So if you just use 2012, it's fine. If you use a year, January to December, it's fine by me. I'm gonna give you 1 or 2 more minutes. Then I'll try and open for you SQL. Then we are going to do something interesting before we call it a day. All right. Anyone writing? Good. Just wait. Yeah. What is this data about? I want to give somebody a job. The job is $250 per day. And I just want you to tell me what's described. He said, what does that mean? Is that Halifax? Is that Barclays? Please talk to me like an analyst. Don't just say bank. Describe it. Describe it. Describe it. Just say a financial transaction from January to December 2012. Good. Good, good, good. Well done, well done. I want more. I want more. Bank transaction history. Good. Bank transaction history from 1st of January to December 2012. Thank you. That's Mr. Goodman. Good. I want more. I want more. I'm getting excited. Madam Maria, I'm waiting for more. I'm waiting for more. I want you to review what you wrote. Thank you, Mr. Oye. Good. Let me have more. We've got more people on the line. Let's have more. Let's have more. Yeah, let's have more. Let's have more. Thank you, Mr. Goodman. That's a good one. Yeah, yeah. A bank transaction. Is there a way we can still break that down to make it more clearer? All right, to be more clearer. Yeah. Let me see who else is still online. I'm going to call someone's name. Madam Yetunde, I need you to write something. I need you to write something. We're going to have fun in this class. You're going to have fun. Yeah, we're going to have fun. There is no need to rush. But by the time you finish, you will know you have been trained, properly trained. Bank transaction for January to December. Okay, good. Okay, good, good. It's getting better. Yeah, yeah, fine. Which, okay, transaction details from January to December. Fine, 2012. Yeah, fantabulous. You have not read my, I'm sorry, forgive me. I'm sorry. Let me go back. Sorry. This is customers' transaction history between January 2012 to December 2012. Yeah, that's why don't put it in direct message. Let everyone see it. Sorry, Mr. Ine. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry, you told me your name earlier. All right, good. Thank you. And I also see individual. I love that. Individual or personal bank statement showing various transactions between January and December. And at this point, I'm going to say you have all done very well. Now you can see that the mindset of looking at data, describing data, it's changing. And the truth is this, until you understand the data, all right, you can't understand the quality issue, you cannot understand the transformation to make, you cannot understand what to aggregate or not. You won't even know how to create your report. Whether in SQL, in Power BI, you must first understand the data. Thank you so much. Anybody have any question because next week, I tell you, we are going skyrocket, okay? I know we have just about 13 minutes. Should I open SQL or should we just call it a day? It's been interesting. I just love the fun. I love the fun. But okay, let me take it to SQL. Let me take a bit of SQL. If you have any question, please, you can write it. I'm opening my SQL now. Yep, it's coming up. It may take a bit of time. Okay, I don't know if you can still see my screen. Okay, it's coming up. Let me see. Resume. Let me try and see if I can open this. Where is it opening now? Boom. Can you see my screen? Okay. Sorry, I'll just quickly do this. Just want to give you an overview of SQL, what it does, you know, how it works. All right. Okay. Did you enjoy that session? Let me have a yes or no. I'm supposed to send you feedback form, but I don't want to bore you. I don't want to bore you with, what's it called? With too much filling of forms. Okay. Okay. Open it, please. Which one should I send it to general, Mr. Any, please. Okay. All right. So this is your SQL. We are going to install SQL for you, so you don't have to bother yourself about it. And I want to encourage everyone to have a Windows 10. It makes it easier for us to work with, you know, Windows 10. If you're just buying a computer, please don't buy Mac, buy Microsoft application. That's much better. Okay, we have just about 11 minutes. 11 minutes, okay. I believe we all feel the attendance. All right. Okay. How many of you've used SQL before? Let me see you've used SQL before. Can you indicate if you've used SQL before? SQL. Let me have SQL. Anyone? Let me have a yes if you've used SQL before. Okay. Let me take this off. It's loading. All right. So you're going to have the software, and what we use this to do is also, even as a data quality analyst, you use SQL, and also as a data analyst to execute queries. And I'm going to give you just one or two examples so that you see. But when the lecture for SQL comes, you know, just for you to know that, look, there is nothing too difficult or complicated. When you open your SSMS, which is your SQL Service Management Studio, which is this is what you're going to have. Not what my manager does use it. Good. Now, we are about to take you to that level beyond. When you start working, your manager will open mouth and say, wow, okay. Now, you see what happens is what we are going to do, we're going to show you how to capture data into SQL, all right? We are going to show you. And you will be the first set that we are showing that to, all right? One thing that I do, right, with CYI Consulting is that I keep improving on our delivery. Are you with me? I keep improving on our delivery. I keep, you know, adding to our curriculum. We don't take out, okay? So we need to show you how to capture import data into SSMS. Well, let us assume that we already have our data in here, and the data we have here, I'm going to open this database. It's called the Northwind. All right, I like using the Northwind. It's easy, straightforward to understand. Okay, and I've got some questions at the back of my mind that I can just use very quickly. Okay, now you don't really need to do anything much here when you're using your SQL, although when the training starts properly, we are going to show you everything that you need here. And the first thing you need is your new query. When you click on your new query, it opens a canvas where you can work. All right, where you can work. This is called a canvas. And this is a canvas where you execute your query. Here I've got masters, but the database that I need is Northwind. So I'm going to change this to Northwind. There is a drop down and I'm going to click on Northwind. Okay, nothing technical. Look, 1, 2, 3 step. You open your SQL, you click on new query, and you pick the database that you need. It's already installed there for you. All right. Now, I can't see my database until I write a query. All right. But I can see what is in the table. Can you see right here where it's written table? So all the tables. Now, this is an example of a multi-entity data set, okay? You've got multi-tables here, all right? And it could also be a single table that you want to execute a query on. In an event where you want to execute a query on 2 tables, that's when we get to joining. You will get there. By the time, all what I'm saying now, maybe something like Greek, you get it. But I tell you, I'm giving you between now and the next 4 weeks, you become a genius. Provided you do your assessment, okay, you'll become a genius. We guarantee you that. As long as you do your assessment, don't miss class. If you miss class, just, okay. So let's take, for example, we've got a table here called the customer table, all right? The customer table. And I want to see what is in my customer table. So for me to see that, all right, in the languages of SQL, the one I'm going to tell you today is select, okay? So you write select, and it is not cap sensitive. Select, right? Now, when I put star, what star means is multiple. It means all, okay? So I want to select all, you get it? All the information, all the attributes from the customer, and you can see SQL started telling me the tables that are present there. So this is what I need, the customer. Okay, now if I execute this, this is the customer table. The customer table comes up. Can you see that? We have just executed a query. And I say this to my students, if your English is better than mine, then you become a genius in SQL. All right, like what Lara said the other time. Lara said she enjoyed SQL more. That means her English is good. I think she went to a private school. I went to Japanese school, afternoon school. But if my SQL can be, fine, I can say that I'm a 9/10 in SQL. Because SQL is just speaking a language. It's just English. Select star from customers means I want you to select all the information from the customer table. Also look at the product there. Okay, you can also say select star from. So instead of typing product, I can drag it from here and put it there. Okay, then I will highlight it. Select star from this, I'm going to highlight it and I will execute, and it brings me my product table. Okay, all right, so I want to give you a test before you go. I've got an order table here. Can somebody write for me the query to bring up my order table? Please write it and type it in the chat box. How do I bring up my order table? That's it there, orders there. So what query do I write? And whatever you write, I'm going to copy it and paste it. I'm waiting, just type it into the chat box. I want to bring up my orders table, and I want you to type it there, in the chat box. Select star from order, okay? So I'm waiting for more. I'm waiting for more. I'm waiting for more. I need at least 2 more people. 2 more people. Select star from order. Another person? Select star from dbo.orders. Good. 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 Fantastic. Hey, Madam Yetunde, I don't need to call you anymore. Fantabulous. But there's something missing. Your Mr. Ine, put it on the main chat. Don't send it directly to me. Select star from other. No, you don't write star that way. No, write star that way. Okay, let me start with the first person, and that's Mrs. Maria. Okay, I'm gonna copy this, what you wrote, paste it here. Sorry, paste it here. And I'm going to execute. And it gave me error. Why did it give me error? I've got more. Do you know why it gave me error? Can somebody type for me why it gave me error? And I'm going to copy OS. And I'm going to paste it here. Select star from, and this, boom. Mr. Oye is fine, but why is Maria not fine? Okay, Mr. Ine, can you, okay, select star from, okay, Yetunde. Hey, let's clap for Yetunde. Good, 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 good. I can't wait to talk to you. Okay, all right, good, 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 good. Okay, so she's fine. So how come incorrect command? She missed the S. Oh yeah, I think she missed the S. That is it. That is it. S. Just put the S there because it is orders. All right, not order. Orders. Can you see attention to details? Attention to details. Because she missed the S, that is why it did not execute. Congratulations, you made it. Hey, you are a data analyst in making. Our time is up, and it's time for us to call it a day. Okay, please, if you have not done your registration, do that. And the first lecture is going to be on Friday. On Friday next week, 8 to 9, 1 hour. 8 to 9, 1 hour on Friday. That's when we are starting, okay? And that is going to be the paid session. So if anyone is interested in continuing with the course, then you will have to make a paid registration.